If you are a woman healing from parental or narcissistic abuse, you must decenter men. I mean, any woman, if she's on any type of healing journey, she must decenter men. Because we cannot coexist with the idea of centering men in our lives and also taking care of ourselves. Because when we do one, we will undoubtedly not do the other. As women, we were taught to prioritize how we are seen and perceived by men since we were very young. I saw this random video today. There was this woman eating something with her hands. And this guy was taking the video and said, "Do you think this is something decent for any man to watch you do?" She was eating with her hands. Oh, what a crime. But nonetheless, it just kind of highlights that it's like a shameful observation to, and the thing is that it's normalized for people to see us and judge what we do and shame us for what we do because of how it look in the eyes of a man. Making it so that men only want us to only want to see us behave in ways that are deemed acceptable for women. But who determined what women can or cannot do, or what makes a woman feminine? Men, right? The preference of men sets that sort of like idea, which means that when women want to show up in the world as authentic, as themselves, as who they are, they have to always filter out what it is that men would like to see more of, rather than just who they are and just show up. When we're centering the interest of men in our lives, it means that everything we'll do will be determined by what men expect us to be, act, or look like, which means that we will always deviate from our authentic expression and, most importantly, from our power. And nobody teaches us this better than our narcissistic parents in our emotionally oppressive households, where we are filtered and policed for everything that we do. And we are told what a good girl, a good woman, a good daughter is supposed to be. All in the, grand idea that one day this woman will become someone's wife. So we have to start early. We have to start acting in a way that men will like. But what is it that men like? Or at least, what is it that we're told men like? I'm sure if you're a woman living in this world, you know very well that what men like is not necessarily what you would want for yourself, but is like a little box that you have had to stay in, even if you've outgrown it, and now you're just like you're crumbed up in that box because all your life, all you've wanted is the reassurance that you could be good enough to be chosen by a man. The core of this, as with pretty much most of our struggles, is that we do not know how worthy we are. Because if we were worthy, we would naturally center ourselves to ourselves, right? We would be self-centered in a manner where we prioritize who we are and what we want more than anybody else. But as women, if anything is, more characteristic of a woman is that we sacrifice. We do so much. We give. We forgive. We love. Very convenient. The archetype of what it is to be a woman is just the archetype of what it is to be a mother. But a mother is a mother to her children, whereas a woman is supposed to be a mother to everybody. Her partners, her friends, her bosses. Quiet, patient, fawning, agreeable, kind, and never a bitch. Because if you're a bitch, ooh, what a shame. What if someone tells you that you're a bitch? That's like the biggest offense. If we want to heal, if we're really serious about healing, we have to decenter men. Because much like in a narcissistic household, you can't really heal when you have your parent sort of like trying to dictate, rejects you, says this, says the other, criticizes. In the same way, if you think that you're going to heal from that and fall into the embrace of a great man, and then that's just gone, then essentially you've moved from one environment that was trying to mold you into who they needed you to be to a new one before you've had this interim, this important interim that is going to teach you who you are, what you want, and be okay with your authentic self coming in this world with a price and you paying that price. Because in narcissistic households, authenticity is very punished. Unless you are a scapegoat and have met this price already. If you were the golden child, you probably haven't in that way, but you've also learned that if you are who you are, your parents not going to be nice to you. So you've learned to perform before you even learned who you are, which means the more you are relating with people outside of that dynamic or in that dynamic, you will naturally default to being whoever the environment wants you, which is why it's super necessary that as we are doing our healing work from our trauma, to spend some time alone and not think that the childhood trauma that we've had is going to be healed because somebody's going to love us. Because we will enter relationships with people that are possibly similar to those who've abused us, and possibly we won't be able to discover ourselves, and so we will enter these relationships again caretaking, mothering, pleasing, fawning, adapting to what others need rather than showing up as who we are and then meeting the other person where they are too, right? We will fix them, we will tolerate them. And the other thing that we will do is if we come from narcissistic households with toxic parents where we have been truly breadcrumbed, right? We've never been given love or acceptance. The tiniest thing that we will receive from a random person will seem so big for us, right? So we really have to raise our standards through how we are with ourselves, rather than expect the world to once again dictate what is acceptable and what is enough for us. If we want to heal from a childhood trauma, we must take some time to come to ourselves and know ourselves without the fixation of what happens next. Because what I'm seeing is a very polluted thing that's happening into our healing work is that we have somehow, of course, managed to put in finding a relationship in the process of healing. Heal so that you can attract the perfect partner. Heal so that you can have a happy forever after. Meaning, if we become very literal with this, heal so that you can be deserving of a love that doesn't hurt. Heal so that you can become lovable. Heal so that you can be chosen. So this just doesn't match with the idea of what healing truly is. Because when you do the work for healing, which is obviously you're not going to be 100% healed at no point, right? But the basic stuff that need to go, the conditioning at home, the relationship with your father, your mother, your worth, important times of your life were really traumatic and you created really bad beliefs because of those times. All of those things, you need to heal from them because basically you need to alter the way you understood those events and change the beliefs you made based on those events that are currently leading your life. And most importantly, that have shaped the sense of worth that you possibly do not have. So if you heal and you jump into thinking, if I heal, I'm going to attract a new relationship, you're going to find yourself healing and thinking, why don't I attract this? Why don't I attract that? Or when you attract someone and they're not good, you will think that you have done something wrong. Not that that person is the way they are. There's something wrong with you, which is basically your childhood 2.0. The world is happening to you. People are loving you a certain way. You don't feel that you deserve that way, and you were getting hurt, but at the same time, you're blaming it on yourself. Same thing. So if we really want to heal as women, we have to take time off those dating apps, off of thinking about men, off of thinking about the life that was prescribed to us, and take some time and do our work for ourselves. The mere fact that we think that doing inner work is linked with, if I do inner work, I will attract a good partner, is saying to ourselves that the only reason that we're doing this inner work is so that we can fix ourselves, so that we can become deserving of the love of someone else. But have you ever thought, what has that person done to be deserving of your love? But do you hold any value for your love? Do you think your love is something people should have been healing for? Is there a standard for that love? Do you understand what it's like to be loved by you? Do you think that for someone to be loved by you, you are the one that has to do all of this healing to become deserving, to have the opportunity to give someone permission into your inner world and into the ways in which you love them? But you don't know that. You probably do not know that. You may think your love is a burden. You may think your emotions are a burden. You may think you're too much. You may think you're never going to be chosen because whatever. Choose yourself. There's one thing that we must really focus on if we really want to heal, is we have to truly choose ourselves and decenter men and relationships enough so that we decide what it is that we want and pursue the exact thing we want, and not what was prescribed, and not in this panic mode of being chosen in case we're being left out from something that we may not even want. Because if we are really pressed for making that choice, we may not choose right. And we may not choose right for ourselves. And if we're so scared of being alone, if we're so scared of being with ourselves, if it's so dreadful to think that we will live this life that we have in however long it lasts with just ourselves, then we will choose anybody in the place of a partner so that we don't feel left out. And then we enter new cycles of self-abandoning, new cycles of feeling miserably and not knowing why, new cycles of having an environment that doesn't mirror to us the worth that we've never experienced and we were never given. So the opportunity that we have, if we're trying to do our healing work, is that we get to prove to ourselves that we are worthy enough to give ourselves time. Not so that we can heal and go out in a relationship, but so that we can actually heal. Because it matters. It matters that we do our inner work. It matters that we reparent ourselves. It matters that we take care of ourselves. It matters that we validate our story. It matters that we begin to get in touch with our anger. It matters that we start setting the boundaries that we never were allowed to set. Not because we're scared or because we're avoidant, but because we finally know our worth. I'm seeing a wave of a lot of therapists, and most of them are men, of course, telling women that are just destroyed from dating they can't just avoid dating. They have to go out there. These men are on an agenda. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense that we're pressuring women to keep going back into a dating world that is so difficult and challenging, instead of telling them to discover themselves and fully enjoy themselves and fully embrace their lives. We're telling them to continue to go on the dating apps, to continue to try, to continue to give people opportunity after opportunity. And these are the same therapists that are going to tell you to forgive your parents. These are the same therapists that are going to tell you that your parents did the best they could and they loved you and they taught you a good lesson. So you have to be grateful for that. Focus on yourself. This world is going to end anyway, pretty soon. Don't worry about creating legacies or leaving behind all these things. The biggest gift you can give yourself for breaking the curse of all these women that came before you, that were never given the opportunity to exist as themselves, to discover what they want, to follow their authentic voice, to be who they are, to feel worthy outside of what the system would have deemed worthy or good enough. You have a golden opportunity now to make use of that. And by making use of that, enjoying your life fully. And then seeing where you stand in the whole, what do you want? You want to get married? Do you want kids? Whatever. That's fine. You can want whatever you can want. But this ticking clock, this self-policing of telling you, you're not supposed to just enjoy your life. What are you doing? Keep looking for a man. You're not supposed to enjoy your life. What are you doing? You have to have kids. You're not supposed to just enjoy your life. What are you doing? You have to be trying for the forever after. Remember the happy forever after? Listen, The happy forever after is a myth, but what is true and tangible is the now. So this whole video to just give you a small reminder that if you want to heal, don't tie yourself into the illusion that someone externally is going to come in and fix what others broke. So your parents are not going to heal what they broke. And I think I've established this in most of my videos. But also no man is going to do that for you, because thinking that a man will do that for you means you just resign from your parents, wanting your parents to do that for you, to now wanting a man to do that for you. So you're basically looking for a parent in a partner, which enters in different dynamics. Just grow into the woman that you were meant to be. Heal, go back in the past. Find the strength to go back in the past and recollect all of the parts of you that are stuck there. Rescue them from the past. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the one you've been waiting for. And those parts of you, the memories of you, the younger versions of you are stuck in the past. And you were waiting for a savior, your parent to come back and be nicer, or a lover, or somebody to marry you, and suddenly you are worthy. This is not long lasting. What you really must do is go back and rescue these girls yourself. Each and every one of them. Rescue them, bring them to the present, and bring them back into who you are, into wholeness. And grow into the woman that you were always meant to be. Heal. Just because you deserve for someone to show up for you and your witness pain. Just because you heal, because you deserve to finally feel what it's like to have empathy for yourself. Heal because you deserve to know that you are worthy of your own love. Not love from universe, men, your parents, no. You're worthy from your own love that you've not been giving to yourself because nobody else taught you how. And healing is how you will do that. And through doing that, you will reclaim and finally understand just how worthy you truly are. And that doesn't include anybody else's acceptance or anybody else's approval. If that's not empowering, I don't know what is. I'll see you soon.